Hello, everybody. Nice of everybody to join today. Let's see if more people will be joining. We're just going to take a few minutes. I'm making myself a nice hot cup of coffee. So yeah, we'll just give it a few minutes to see if more people will be joining. While we're waiting to start the AMA today, you are all welcome to go crazy in the comment section, tag people and share the AMA so we can get more people to attend today. It's a quiet hour today. Let's see if more people will be joining. We'll just be waiting 2 minutes more and then we will get started with today's AMA. Okay, I see a few more people have been joining, but let's see if we can get more people in the last minute. If not, then we'll be able just start today's. Okay, we'll get ready to start today's AMA. As most of you all know, my name is Lars Fabricius. I'm CEO and founder of the Roburna project. We are now close to have been live on Mainnet for 1 month. We are still inside of our Mainnet integration. We are currently in the phase 3 of our Mainnet integration, which means we have this phase and then we have another phase 4. Phase 4, there's going to come a lot of crucial integrations as shared on our Mainnet sheet that goes and document all the different phases. But we are moving forward. And everything is going smooth. And this is something that we are very, very happy for. We are actually happy for the initial launch of Roburna. Obviously, we want to see more activity, but we have started the mainnet integration. As you all know, when we integrate a new mainnet, then there is a lot of things that needs to be done. One of these things is that we needed to be listed on chain lists. Remember, in the early days of our mainnet, there was a notification on MetaMask and other wallets saying to be careful with the mainnet. And this was because we wasn't listed on chain list. This week, we finally got the listing confirmed, and now you can actually search the networks through Chainlist for those who want to use that tool, and the warning notification is removed from MetaMask and other wallets when you go in and interact. So this is a very crucial partnership, very crucial integration that we have gotten from Chainlist. They moved nicely in speed and have now integrated us. This week, another integration happened, which means that we have Magic Store. Magic Store is a DApp listing protocol, and inside of there, it's now possible to list on Magic Square, not Magic Store, sorry, Magic Square, and it is now possible to go in and list a Roburna DApp inside of their integration. All small things that makes us go further in this. We have a lot of amazing news coming. I shared a little teaser today on Telegram that we have now got a SEX listing confirmed. I don't want to announce the SEX listing before, and this is actually a clause in the contract as well, that they need to announce it on their public medias before we announce it to our community. But the listing fee is paid and the integration have started. They have given us a time frame of approximately 5 weeks. This is not SECX, which we already announced last week with the integration. This is another centralized exchange. This is a tier 2 exchange, a known exchange, a very used exchange. They have a good rating on CMC. Obviously, we want to go for even bigger exchanges, but when it comes to exchanges, we simply need to list on a few smaller exchanges before we can go in and list on bigger exchanges. But these exchanges have a lot of users, which means that we're going to get our name out widespread through these listings. As I said, approximately 5 weeks is what we have got told, which leaves us in the middle of May. Before we finalize the mainnet phase 4, we will have this integration. I sadly cannot comment on the integration with SECX. They haven't come forward with a time frame for us yet. They have said that they are working on the integration. Last time I spoke with the tech team, and we are simply just waiting for them to finalize the integration, and then the project will be live there as well. Both CEX listings will facilitate deposit and withdrawals, which means that you can take Roburna token on the centralized exchange and you can take it off the exchange again. So this is something that's very, very important for our future. And obviously this is only the first CEX listings to come. A lot of more CEX listings will be coming in the future. We are also soon going to see some very big projects going live on our blockchain. I've had a lot of meetings both this week and last week with decent sized projects that's going to integrate with our blockchain. One of them are going to come and facilitate the long waited charge service, which means that there's going to be not only a charge service, but they also come and provide public APIs to other projects that want to build on our blockchain. And this facilitates us to be able to finalize the buybot and also other projects that want to work with anything that has to do with price readings will be able to use this database and this price API that the project are going to come live with. So this is going to be very, very interesting. They will also migrate in some liquidity into our blockchain, which also brings some more money and strengthen the flow of our project. It's probably going to give us a positive price reaction directly on the price of Roburna, but it's also going to give us a stronger liquidity, because now we see projects starting to come live, starting to integrate with the Roburna blockchain. They will have to set liquidity on the blockchain. This liquidity will have to be locked, which brings me into a small update from ArborSwap. ArborSwap is still pending to integrate the token lock system and the airdrop system for tokens, which will be coming in the coming weeks. So soon it will be possible for projects to go in, use the ArborSwap platform to go in and lock tokens and show this time lock to investors, for investors to feel safe in everything that they are interacting with in the network. Obviously, always be careful with investing into new projects. We don't control which projects that's going to come live, but obviously a token locker and an LP locker will be able to strengthen the community's trust into a project. So another little update, which I also went over last time, is the rewards from the old staking pools. We are working very, very hard to finalize this. I know that I already came with a time frame. We are going to finalize it as soon as possible. And together with this reward opening for the old staking holders, then we are going to make a gas airdrop platform, which means that projects, they can go in and claim free gas. This is enough gas for projects to go in and deploy a token, and it's enough gas for investors to go in and claim gas from this platform. The platform are going to have some conditions, which means that if you already have Roburna, you will not be able to claim this small amount of, it will only be a fraction of Roburna, which will be less than 1 Roburna that you will get, but it will only be allowed to those who don't have already Roburna in their wallet or have had, which means that if you take a wallet and you remove all your Roburna, you will still not be able to claim through the gas airdrop platform. So this is all coming very, very soon. So this is going to be very, very good for us and for the whole. Obviously the old holders will then be able to claim their rewards, which I know there have been several questions regarding. So we are working as hard as we can to finalize this. So everything will be ready and people will be able to interact inside of our mainnet. Next week, we're going to come with the updated white paper. This time we have done a PDF. We are just going through the final edits of the white paper. We have been reviewing the white paper a few times, and we find some smaller spelling mistakes. We have already shared the white paper to certain members of the community for them to help us check through the whole document, which will be the initial part for us to release a lot more information. The updated white paper obviously contains the old information which was in the initial white paper, but this time we have built a lot on it for everybody to get understanding, better understanding of proof of earn, deep proof of earn, and this will answer a lot of questions for the investors in our project. So with all of this, we will be able to move forward and hopefully soon finalize phase 3 of our mainnet integration and move into the long expected phase 4. So this is some of the major updates for this week. Apart from this, then we are making a small little initiative, which is an education program. The program is based on 1 to 2 minute videos, which are gonna go on TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram for people to watch and for more people to get awareness, not only about Roburna, but also about cryptocurrency as a whole. As we all know, education is key, and it's very important for us to stand a difference from other projects. Another little update is the testnet phases are running in the ArborSwap bot. The reason we are keeping to do different testnet phases is for us to test deeply into different features. Obviously, they get tested before they go live, but with use of features, then we get an error log inside where we can go in and optimize protocols to make sure that the protocols are truly to market standards. There will come 2 or 3 testnet phases more, and for those who would like, you can go in and interact with the testnet phases. This will be very much appreciated. We reward people with a small NFT for completing every testnet phase. And we are currently working with a partner who's gonna help us bring a lot of more utility into these NFTs. So right now the NFTs might not seem very valuable, but in a near future, we have an expectation that with our partners' utility coming live, this is NFT utility coming live on the Roburna blockchain, that will be able to give extra utility to an extra value to these NFTs that's given out through the testnet. This is currently running on Polygon, the NFTs, but this we are looking to integrate into Roburna blockchain, but we simply need to have a reputable NFT marketplace and an NFT partner before we do so, because if not, then it would lower the value of these NFTs, right? So yeah, the biggest and most exciting news for this week is for sure the centralized exchange. It would be nice to hear from the community which exchanges you would like to see in the future. We are currently planning to list on approximately 10 centralized exchanges over the coming years, over the coming 2 years. We are expecting to list on approximately 10 exchanges. These exchanges will be picked strategically, and we simply have for us to list on the higher tier exchanges. We need to list on a few tier 2 exchanges. It's not the biggest tier 2 exchange that we have at the current moment, but we are in talk with more than 40 exchanges that have reached out and made a partnership with Roburna Labs, and through them we are both helping partners to facilitate listings to them, and this obviously makes it easier for us to list as a blockchain, and we have gotten the requirements for the majority of these exchanges, and we are doing studies towards which one should come next. I already want to consider another listing for the month of June. So if the community would be so nice to comment below these spaces which exchanges you would like us to get listed on, and why, if you personally use it, if they have a user base from specific continent, which we would really appreciate. To obviously all awareness at this point, we need all awareness that we can get, but there is probably specific markets which would help us even more than other markets, right? So if you have any comments towards which centralized exchanges the team should be looking in at, then please do let us know. We are working hard to make even more partnerships, especially with the tier 1 exchanges. We have a few tier 1 exchanges which have shared with us their requirements, and we are working as hard as we can to complete with their requirements. One of the main requirements from all of the tier 1 exchanges is that they do not want to be the first exchange. Some of them require 1, 2, or 3 exchange listings, besides other requirements that they might have. So we are working hard to complete with all of the requirements, so we can reach bigger markets. Besides this, I have shared this in a private chat. There's going to come some very big trading utilities to the Roburna blockchain, which is going to allow for money to easy flow between blockchains. And the core structure from some of these protocols, we have a few partners that's working on trading tools, but a few of them we have a very close connection with. A few of them are working with Roburna Labs, and have been working with Roburna Labs for years to develop up their utilities. And we're going to start to see these come live during phase 4. At least one of them, I'm very positive that they will come live during phase 4 of our mainnet phase, which is the upcoming phase that we are going into, which will allow for easy flow of money and bring a lot more utility and transactions towards our mainnet. So this is extremely exciting. Besides this, I saw a small comment yesterday in terms of the Roburna network and more directed towards the ArborSwap swap protocol. So somebody was checking up the conversion rate yesterday of USDT and USDC, which came to a few comments in the chat with around 20% price impact of stable coins. One thing that I would like to note is that a stable coin is stable because it gets traded and kept stable, but the majority of the issue with what the specific investor was accounting was that we don't have a lot of liquidity on our exchange pairs. Which means that if you try to make a very big transaction, or maybe not even a very big transaction, but for thousands of dollars between one stable coin to another stable coin, then you will encounter a big trading a big slippage and a big price impact. And this is because there's only added 30,000 to the liquidity pool of the stablecoins. I'm working hard to secure money to go in and add even more money towards our stablecoin liquidity pair, just like I'm working on the trading pair of Roburna to add more liquidity to that. But one of the main focus now will be to add more liquidity into the stablecoin pair. So there will be more than 30,000 inside of this trading pair. And this I'm hoping to realize this month. For those who want to swap stable coins from USDT to USDC or the other way around, please do perform smaller amounts, which could be around $100 in a transaction. Then you will not encounter a very high price impact. And there is a system in place to stabilize the price after your trade. So that means that if you instead of trying to trade 2,000 or higher amounts, then do smaller amounts in $1,000, you will not come in and encounter this high price impact. And that was how this issue can be resolved in the early days. Obviously, we'll be working towards adding more liquidity to the stablecoin pairs, but we do not want to add more liquidity than we actually publicly hold, which means that the liquidity that's publicly held is held across 3 wallets on Binance Smart Chain and Ethereum blockchain. And this is the realistic money that we are playing with in the Roburna network. It's just over a few 100,000. I think we just crossed 250,000 now. We have grown that from 200,000 since we went live a month ago. So this is how we are growing it. Obviously, with more partners integrating to our chain, we can allow for this amount to become a lot higher. And here we will reserve some money to go in and add more money to the stablecoin pairs and also towards the Roburna liquidity, which will allow for a lot bigger trades between stablecoins. So anybody who should want to trade stablecoins can get their real value. And obviously $2,000 is not a lot of money. So we do need to work on that. But obviously $2,500, I think, was the specific example we had yesterday out of 50,000 on each side of the stablecoin. That still accounts for a very large amount of money, almost 20% of the liquidity pool. And this is why there was 18% price impact when that was checked up. It also came up with a high warning that there wasn't enough liquidity to provide the specific trade. So this was a little update in regards to that matter. We have a few questions that was submitted, and I will just go in. There hasn't actually been a lot of questions submitted this week. Another little error that we encountered was people trying to enter to the contact form on the Roburna website was encountering error. And it says that the paste is lost when you go in and try to go directly. But if you go in through roburna.com and click on the contact page up in the top menu, then it shows correctly. So for anybody having this issue, please go in through our main domain and click on contact, and you will be able to come to the contact form. If you should ever have any questions, we will do our best to answer them as soon as possible. And if not, then at the latest, it will be answered on the next upcoming AMA. So there was a question coming, I think it was earlier today, to be more exact. Is there going to be an updated roadmap schedule for all of us to see what's happening and when? Obviously, we are very, very careful with timeframes at this current moment because the majority of activities that's going to go on Roburna is going to be interacted in one way or another with third parties. And obviously, with third parties being involved, then it's hard for us to come up with timeframes. But if you go into our website and you click on the blockchain menu up, then we have made a little roadmap which is live on our website with things that we have went in and things that we have a bigger finger in play where we are able to come in and come with estimates of the time. So simply by clicking on our website, clicking on blockchain, and then scroll a little bit down on the page, then you will find a roadmap. We are soon going to make a presentation of our new website. It's obviously live now, but we will come in with an update showing more features of the website. But please scroll through the whole website because almost every page on the website have been updated. The only thing missing to get public now is the white paper. It will come next week. We just encountered a small spelling error today, which we want to get fixed this week. And then next week it's going to come live. We have also made we have actually made a lot, but we have made a specific animated video with the white paper. We hired earlier this year a video animator who is making some very good material for presentation of Roburna Labs and Roburna Forest for all of you to obviously see and enjoy, but also for us to get more interaction on our social medias. So this is very good, and you're gonna see a video this week. I just spoke with the content team. They have scheduled a video presentation for this week. So it will come, I think, one of the coming days, but it will come this week. And next week we'll be presenting the white paper, and then we will come with the animated video that we have made for this presentation as well. And here, moving forward on a regular basis, a few times a month, we'll be coming with a very nice animated video that we can use to get more viral on social medias. There was another question. So there was a question in regards to marketing. Obviously, a lot of the marketing efforts are going to be focused around the end of the Mainnet integration. This was always planned, and this was also announced earlier. Now, obviously, with the SEX listing moving forward and will come live in the middle of the month of May, then we will also go in and make, obviously the centralized exchange is coming with a marketing package to us. They are going to bring us a lot of awareness through the listing and through a marketing campaign that they host. But there is also other marketing initiatives that we are making at the same time to coordinate things, which means that you're going to see a bigger marketing push getting done in the middle of May. At the current moment, we are very much focused on helping our partners to get live. And one thing that we are trying to do is to basically feed from their marketing campaigns. As everybody know, when a new project goes live on a new blockchain, they have to make awareness campaigns towards themselves. And this will be something that we will be benefiting from a lot. And we are going to put efforts together with them to make sure that people will not only know about their project, but they will know about our blockchain. So as we see these upcoming services going live, then we are definitely going to see a lot more interaction on this front, and we are going to see some marketing pushes from our end. And obviously, we would like our investors and community supporters to go in and help us with this awareness. So as we are going live, or other projects are going live, they are having their own communities, then we need to go in and interact with them. Obviously, we have some people on our team who are going to be focused on making these interactions to make sure that their investors are learning more and more about Roburna, and hopefully not only invest in our partners project, which will obviously be paired to Roburna, so it will benefit us anyway, but obviously we would like them to really know about Roburna and really take part in the Roburna ecosystem. So here we would like all our investors to be helpful with this and help share information towards new people incoming. And this leaves us with another subject which have been spoken about a little bit in the communities. We are gonna try to set a new team that can go in and interact on Discord. Discord is obviously a big channel for a lot of different activities. We acknowledge that. We muted our channel last year because it wasn't very used. Now when we'll start to go live with partners, I'm trying to find a team that can go in and help us basically managing our Discord channel. And here we will have sub channels for projects to give information about projects in the Discord channel. On Telegram, we have been discussing if we should be making with the Telegram settings where you can go in and make subgroups or subtopics inside of the group. For now, it was decided by our core supporters that it would be better to keep the channel as we have it. I also recommend that we go forward this way, which means that I hope to see everybody supporting when new projects comes in. We do not want any negative environment inside of our main chat, but we do need to allow new projects that goes live on the Roburna blockchain to come in and share their information. I will obviously be inviting a lot of the projects into AMAs, making podcasts with them so we get as much information about their project and get that shared and get that hosted on our YouTube channel. But yeah, Please be very friendly with projects that comes in and share. As I mentioned in earlier AMA, we do have a lot of interested parties. There is a lot of people building and preparing to come into the Roburna blockchain. I wish that I could tell you all everything that I know at the current moment. Obviously, we want to have 100% confirmation, and I prefer that we only go live and mention to the communities what we are doing when the projects are actually ready to announce it themselves and ready to come in and explain their protocols themselves, because I should not be presenting all the protocols. I should only be here to help facilitate the information, which will be the role that I'm gonna keep, and this is why we do not want to share too much information. I can only share that the future is gonna be very bright for the Roburna blockchain and our ecosystem. So yeah, as I mentioned earlier, please do share information. Please do share which centralized exchanges are you guys using, so we know which centralized exchanges we should be focusing a lot on. Obviously, everybody wants to list on Binance. Binance is gonna be a little bit out in the future. It's not something that's on the current listing roadmap because it is a little bit out of our scope for the moment. But obviously, this is the end goal, to both list on Coinbase, to list on Binance Smart Chain, and be on all of the top exchanges. This is my highest wish for our project. I will be working towards it and be working with the speed of light for us to be able to come to this level, that we will be able to list on the tier 1 exchanges and really get the awareness that our blockchain deserves. But it is realistically a little bit out in the future. For now, we need to focus on the tier 2 exchanges and what can give us the most exposure, most value for money, and make sure that we get the awareness that we deserve. I think that was it for the announcements that I had prepared for today and the little speech that I had. We are going to be moving forward with doing the AMAs more regularly. Obviously, this time I did bypass my 2 weeks notice for the AMA, which obviously I'm not happy with myself. I want to do AMAs as often as possible, and I will already be scheduling the AMA. In this AMA, we are going to be selecting the 27th for our next community AMA. No, 27th, no, sorry, the 20th for the next community AMA. And we will be putting a poll up in the community tomorrow for the community to decide this week what is the best hour of day to go in and host our AMA on Saturday the 20th, because obviously we want to see as many people joining as possible. So we will let the community decide the time for the next AMA. On the next AMA, hopefully we will have a lot more information about our SEX listings. I do know that we will have some information in regards to a project that's coming live, a quite important project. I do know that we are going to have information on the 20th to share this with the community, and this will not only bring us new investors, new eyes, more liquidity, but they are going to bring us a long-awaited charting service, which is going to open up for a lot more things. So please stay tuned for our AMA the 20th. There might come a podcast before the 20th or after the 20th, I'm not sure, but for sure I'll be able to share a lot more information about our partner the 20th of April. Thanks everybody for listening in today. See you all soon.